What is up, players? It's you, Millie, the player, and today I got some juicy tips and tricks for those of you starting out in Disney's Dreamlight Valley. Let's get into it. Tip number 1 is gonna be Merlin. Okay, so leading you throughout the tutorial is my boy Merlin. Go ahead and show him some love. If you ever get lost, just seek him out. Tip number 2 is gonna be the mailbox. Okay, so after you're done with the basic tutorial, you're gonna have access to your house as well as your mailbox. Go ahead and check those for a few things from the dev team, and then here is going to be the Founders Pack. Now, depending on whether you purchased the game outright or just downloaded it through the Game Pass like I did, you're gonna have this bag of goodies, so check that out. Tip number 3 is gonna be Dreamlight. Now, what Dreamlight is essentially the currency of the realm. You're basically going to get this through anything that you do in Dreamlight Valley, whether it's collecting, cooking, fishing, anything that you do. So I've played for probably about 2 or 3 hours since I've checked it. So this is all of the things that I have to check for. So I'm going to just check all of these Dreamlight points that I actually do get, then let y'all know how much I got. Okay, so after getting all of those collected, I got around 3,000 just from that. So it's definitely worth checking that once in a while. Tip number 4. Okay, so here we have the basic map, which has dimmed out areas that are the locked areas, but you also have harvesting areas that shows you your crops ready to harvest. It shows you your buddies as well as a quick travel point. And then here's one neat thing about the map is if you select one of your buddies, it's actually going to put a purple ring around them. And if you go back in game, it's going to lead you straight to them. Now, whenever you start to expand your map, this is going to be very helpful because all your characters do roam around it freely. Alright, tip number 5 is going to be ingredients. Now up in the collections tab, you have an ingredients category, which shows you all of your collected ingredients, but what I want to focus on is there at the bottom where it shows you where you can buy each one, as well as what the grow time is. Now, keep in mind, there is not a timer that shows above the crops, so I wouldn't recommend standing over them while they grow. Tip number 6 is going to be gardening. So one thing with this game is you can actually hold down the gardening button, and it'll go straight into a line until you're done. And then you could just go back and go straight down the next row, etc. Now, I have 4 different types of vegetables that I want to grow here, so I'm going to go ahead and just select one and do the same thing. You can just hold it down to go straight down the row as well. And once you're done, you can just throw some water on there, and once it's all green, you're good to grow. Okay, moving on here. If you hold the plant button as well, you'll also be able to turn corners and go down the next row. Alright, tip number 7 is going to be your inventory. So if you look around, I have a few chests. You're going to want to go ahead and build a couple of those as soon as possible at Goofy's workshop. They're going to cost you 25 softwood and 25 stone. What they're going to do is give you 2 additional rows to put items in. Now you can build multiple chests and then just store all of your ingredients as well as your crafting materials in them. You can go ahead and throw anything in there that you'd like. I personally put all of my cooking ingredients as well as my crafting ingredients in separate boxes, and then I have all my flowers in this one as well. Now just keep in mind, you can put your seeds in here if you're not gardening, but if you do plan to go out and garden, you're going to need those on your person to do that. Tip number 8 is going to be cooking. Okay, so I actually have a quest to cook a couple of these dishes for Goofy, and it happens to be a 5-star dish. So I'm going to go ahead and select this to cook, and as you can see, it's going to be a 5-star dish because there's 5 different ingredients that go into it. The first 2 I'm going to focus on are going to be the shrimp and the tomatoes. Those are the only ones required for the recipes because those are the only ones with the actual pictures. The next one I'm going to focus on is 2 seafood ingredients, which I have clam and scallop. So I'm just going to go ahead and throw one of each of those in to fill those 2 slots. Next, I just have 1 vegetable. So I could throw a tomato in, but I'm just going to throw a lettuce just so it's something different. Hit the cook button and you're all done. Now, alternatively, if you don't want to throw every ingredient in Zelda style, you can just hit the autofill button and then it'll do it for you. You can hit that start cooking button and you're done twice as fast. Alright, so the next thing I want to move on to is your buddies. Exactly what they do for you and how you can level them up. Alright, so there's various ways that you can level up your buddies, and they do give you perks as well as unlock certain things. The easiest way is going to be just to talk to your buddies. This gives you big XP. The next is whenever you talk to them, you're going to want to go down here and select the Let's Hang Out button for whoever you actually want to level up. That way, whenever they follow you around the world, whatever you do, they still get experience. And you know whenever they get the pink star above their head that they're getting friendship experience. Now, unfortunately, they don't get anything for flowers. However, whenever you do talk to them, you also have an additional option that says, I have something to give you. This is a gift. So each friend has 3 gifts a day that gives them bonus XP. This happens to be one of the flowers I picked up. So see those stars? Man, that's some bonus XP. That's big XP. So check it out. My boy Merlin, he just leveled up. So each character has 10 levels that they'll go to. Each level that you level up, you unlock something different. We'll go over a couple of these a little later. Tip number 10 is going to be custom clothes. Now everybody knows that this game has a butt ton of clothes that you can customize your characters with. But I want to focus on the custom clothes. If you go to customize, you can actually go and create certain clothes. So here I'm going to go ahead and show you an example of just creating a plain t-shirt and the different type of options that are available. Now, as you saw with Merlin, you're going to unlock different shapes, different stickers, and different things that you'll be able to decorate your clothes with. And you can have up to 50 different stickers or emblems or whatever you'd like on a single piece of clothing. So whoever likes to make their own clothing, go ahead and have fun with that because their possibilities are endless. Alright, just take a second to look at the collections tab and see how many pieces of clothes there are. Wow. Alright, moving on to tip number 11, interior and exterior design. Now, the same with customizing your character, you can also customize the inside and the outside of your house. There are a whopping almost 1,000 inside and outside decorations that you can go ahead and unlock and put around wherever you want. Now, the great thing about this map is it's all grid based. So just about anything that you see, you can pick up and move somewhere to your heart's content. If something's not looking right to you, go ahead and move it. Get rid of it. If something's a little dirty, you want to tidy it up, do it to your heart's content. Alright, on the next tip here is going to be the biomes. Now, this game is a beautiful game. They did a great job on making the environments truly their own. So you're going to get different items and all kinds of different things whenever you do that. So just keep an eye out for that. Take selfies. Slight moment of childhood contemplation. Okay, moving on to the next. It's going to be selfies. 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 Here's a selfie. Here's another selfie. And here's a selfie with my boy, Goofy. Alright, but no, seriously. Where else can you take a picture with all your favorite Disney characters and my boy Merlin twirling his mustache? Okay, tip number 14 is going to be the Scrooge shop. Now, this is a daily shop, which means it does sync with your real daytime. So whenever it's day outside for you in real life, it's going to be day outside in the game. So each day, Scrooge is going to have different items on display for you. You can go ahead and purchase these, and if for some reason you can't or don't want to at the time, don't worry, because you can always talk to Scrooge later and ask him to order something. Alright, now you're probably thinking, Millie, all these items for sale, how can I make the cash to get them? Well, I got something for you, my boy. Number 15, baby, is easy cash. Okay, so who doesn't like free money? So what we're going to focus on with this are these fish, specifically the breams. Breams. Okay, so these come from the blue spots. And then if you have a friend that you chose fishing for, they'll actually give you an extra fish every once in a while. So those breams sell for 720 star coins whenever you cook them. So what I did is I went out and went on a mean green bream hunt. I turned into a mean green bream machine. Haha. Anyways, so I did that for about 25 minutes and got a few fish, and I came back and I just threw them all to cook. And then I went ahead and went to the Goofy stall and put them all for sale just to see how much I could make in under 30 minutes. And it came up to a total of 7386. That's 7,386. Now, I don't know about you, but that's some pretty fast cash in under 30 minutes. And that's pretty much all the tips that I came up with. But wait, I got some bonus for you, baby. Bonus number 1. Okay, so if you like bricks, you can go ahead and build your bricks. But you don't got to worry, because all of the things that you craft, they are in your inventory. They're going to be over here in the crafting log, okay? Tip number 2, baby, we're moving fast. Got to keep up. Okay, tip number 2, baby. If you have not played a gardening game before, you're going to need to go ahead and move all of your harvesting things into one area. That way, whenever it's time to harvest for them, you can go ahead and move all down to them. You got the bananas, you got the apples, and then you got your raspberry bushes all in one area. Boom, boom, boom. You're going to thank me later. Believe it. Bonus number 3. Okay, if you like gardening, if you're about that gardening life, you're going to want to go ahead and pick up all the seeds that you can from Goofy. He sells them all at his different shops. So just zoom around the map and go ahead and pick up as many as you want. Then whenever you're ready, you can just go ahead back to your gardening area and just get right to it, baby. Boom, boom, boom. Easy. Bonus number 4. Whenever you're doing your thing out there gardening, if you ever see a up arrow on a plant that you're planting, that means it is getting a bonus for the area you're planting in. Go ahead and focus on that and plant those. Bonus number 5, baby. Okay, so what I have here is a few meals that I cooked up. I want you to focus on my stamina bar and the yellow bar that's going over it. Now that is a buff from the food, but specifically it's just going to make me run a little faster because there's no sprint button. Alright, and that's all the tips that I found out for y'all today. Now keep in mind this game is in early access, so it technically isn't fully released yet. So it does have a lot of content in it, but keep in mind this is going to be the least amount of content that this game ever has. And considering that, I believe this game is going to be one that you may want to keep your eyes on. So if you're interested in this game, or you have any comments, any other tips or tricks that you figured out on your own, feel free to leave a comment below and hit that like and subscribe button, and we'll see you on the next one. Thanks so much for stopping by, and keep playing on, players. Peace.